Okay, I did it. Let's see. Is... Oh my goodness, hold on. My apologies. I started streaming, and I couldn't tell if a noise in the background was my niece or cats fighting. It's always fun. What's going on? Is it working? Okay, it is. Dear God. I know what I'm doing. I don't. That's the secret. I'm terrified. I'm gonna vomit. What was that? That was loud. Is that a follow thing? Ah, it is. Hello. Okay. Let's see. So we are currently just kind of chilling for a second, waiting for people to come in, and I gotta kind of announce I'm streaming because it's been, I don't even know how long, if I'm honest with you. Totally not scared. That's my sister. My big sister came to watch my stream. My big sister came to watch my stream. I'm so lucky. This is my first stream with the duck. TM. The duck. And then there's a thing here that you can say, "Would be, look at me, I'm streaming on Blue Sky." I honestly don't know how long I'm gonna be going. So we'll just say for an hour. I have no idea. We got quite a few things we're gonna be doing. Because first of all, my PNG's wrong. Hopefully everything's okay. Where's my phone? Oh, right in front of my face. That's where. That'd be impossible to see. I'm sorry, this is slow. Give it a hot minute. Holy shit. It says it in... Hacha. Okay. We're just gonna say that's enough advertisement. I don't know. Okay. My niece has discovered how to scream, and it's very pleasant to hear it in the background. I sound sarcastic, but it's really not, because she's completely delighted by the revelation. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and switch over to here. Whatcha? Hello. I can draw. So, we have this little PNG, right? But the issue is, he has a little PS5 controller. What about art streams? What about Switch streams? What about just a casual little PNG of the little fella just chilling for other instances, you know? You know? There's also a slight issue on my channel, on Twitch, where the panels are literally panels I made when I was like 16 years old and just dipping my toes into the fresh world of streaming, you know, because 16 years old is a fantastic age to start doing that. Now that's sarcasm, and I mean that one. Okay. So we got this little guy that I was sketching. And his original sheet, actually, I'm gonna tell you, his original sheet, you're not gonna be able to see it, so I'm gonna quickly go ahead and open it in another tab, because the way I have it framed, you guys won't be able to see it if I put it in the reference view. This is his original sheet, right? And his head is smooth. There's no little cheek puffs. And the issue with that is the fact that I struggle with drawing it smooth and having it not... What's the word? Tangents. There's usually a tangent between the goggles and the cheek when it's completely smooth, and we don't want that. We don't like tangents, lads. We don't like unintentional tangents, I should say, because there are people that do designs with tangents present that is completely fine. Holy shit, is it really? Okay, hold on. I know how to fix this. Slightly. Oh, you know what else is on Wi-Fi? My tablet, because it's not off. Hold on. Oh, God. Boop. Okay. iPad's off internet now, and that helps a little. Okay. I had to... My sister is currently the quality checker. She's doing free labor for me. Free labor. What the hell? I have never seen my phone data be so low. But anyways, without the cheek fluff, there's tangents between the goggles and the head. So I added those little cheek fluffs and the little PNG with the controller. Because I made it, because I was featuring in a friend's stream, Flora Lily, recently, which is also part of the reason I'm sitting down and I'm trying to do this again. I don't know, like... Dude, I'm so nervous. Oh shit. Dude, oh my god. Can I talk? Okay. Anyways, cheek fluff also adds to the silhouette of the character. Which is good, right? I don't know whether or not to give the guy the little guy a tail, right? And I have a whole little checklist of the things I want to do for the channel. Twitch panels, different PNG models, because I only have the one for the console. I want a casual everyday one for art, one for when we're doing Switch games, because I kind of want to do a Pokemon stream next week. Some more emote ideas. And yeah, right now that's it. I also do want to try to make a little persona for chat. My sister gave me some ideas of a goose, a frog. I thought about some bugs. Because if you don't know, well, no one knows Phoenix's lore. Because I was barely developing it, because whenever I start trying to make lore for a character, it always kind of turns into fudge. Gets a little complicated, right? So... thank you! Thank you, Knight. I hope you have a good day. It might be my connection, I'm not gonna lie, but I appreciate you stopping by. It's completely okay. You know what, let me see. It's gonna be a little weird not to have music in the background, but let me see if it's trying to stream YouTube at the same time, if that'll help, kinda. It did. It did. Okay. Alright, so I hope no music isn't weird. So we're gonna come in and we're gonna kind of try. I feel like to keep it consistent, I'm just gonna kind of take this guy and I'm gonna trace him. It's my own art, so no one freak out, okay? I've gotten some weird, like, accusations of art theft and AI, as most artists do nowadays. Which is just wild, I tell you what. Dear God. Yeah, because his head's more oval here. Okay, what the hoot? What's happening? Can I not do that? That's so weird. Hold on. I traced my own art. I'm a fake artist. What the fuck? Why isn't it popping up? Reporting you immediately. You're getting reported. Banned. Banned. New raster layer. Oh my god, is that what it is? It's the fact that it's an image layer and not a raster. If that's what it is, I'm gonna cry. No. Bro, it's a ghost layer. What is happening? You know what? I should probably use the import function. That might help a little. Oh dear God. That's a chonker. What canvas size did I have for this dude? What canvas size am I working with? 500 by 500. What canvas size did I use? The Artist Collective will know of your crimes. The Council shall determine your punishment upon dawn. What canvas size was I working with? I gotta check my iPad real quick. What the hell? Oh, 2048 by 2048. Yeah, that sure is a little different. Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm doing everything backwards right here for a sec. My apologies. I gotta go ahead and make a new one. With 600 DPI. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so now I can use the import function like a normal person would. I have not used, there we go. There we go, lads. We did it. Okay. Cool. Cute. Oops. Okay. I'm getting used to using a computer to draw again. I got a fancy screen drawing tablet last year for heavier projects because my poor little iPad was like struggling to catch up with some projects. And I didn't use it too much until this month. So it's definitely something to adjust to. So I'm not 100% sure which one I should start with. Oh shit! I do want to update that. Okay, so that's gonna be something else I need to do. I'm gonna put that on my task list. After stream, I will update chat rules. Man, I was doing my pronouns recently for another, like, website, and it... Like, I used to put he, they. And I realized, oh, it's just he, him. No. I do not use they, them. Or even he, they. It's just... a preference that I realized I have now. And I didn't realize until I went to, like, put my pronouns in a bio. Pronouns in bio. That's about the same pen size, maybe a little thicker. We'll go a clean 20, baby. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. That's right. There it is. There's the money. Okay. So I might vomit. That thing jump scares me every fucking time. Hello, Beep Gold. How are you? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the little stream. Should I turn that down? Is that also super loud for y'all? How do I turn that shit down? That might have to be something that I learn. Look up after stream. It's a little scuffed. I should probably put. Oh, you don't hear anything? Okay. As long as the notification pops up. I want the alert to pop up. Thanks for dropping in, pal. How are you? Right, let's see. Gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna do, since we're doing an art stream, why don't we do an art PNG? You know? I'm very meticulous about my line work, so forgive me for constantly undoing and redoing. Trying to improve on my line confidence. Which honestly, undoing and redoing probably doesn't help it quite. That's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing well. Oh, hell yeah. What's up, Loco? Thank you for stopping in. So many cool people have taken the time to pop in, and I appreciate it a lot. Sorry, my best friend texted. Everything has to stop. Beep Gold is a fantastic username still. Now, I know usually people that do digital art streams will sit there and give their, like, Sonas, like, a tablet that they're drawing behind. But I'm almost wondering if I should go for, like, a paint palette and, like, a paintbrush and, like, have paint splatters on his face. It's not, like, the most, like, accurate, you know? but it's certainly it's a cutie. It's a little cutie idea. Clip Studio Paint, boy. Clip Studio Paint's my bitch. I love this app. Anytime anyone's like, what art program do you recommend? Let the man have a paintbrush. Hell yeah. Maybe I'll put like some art supplies next to him, like a crayon box or like loose crayons, something like that. Anytime anyone asks me like what art program I recommend, I do have free ones I recommend. But I always recommend Clip Studio. I'm not gonna lie. The capitalism won me over on that one. Krita, I haven't used it in years, so they might have changed it. I do hear they have animation, and I do hear it's very good. I remember getting Krita and trying it years ago. Like I was a teenager type beat. So I guarantee you they updated it, but the UI like had me gnawing my tablet. But I also did not know as much about digital art back then as I do now. Clip Studio has animation, but it's limited in the version I have. And my version is also outdated because they require you to buy the like modern version. And I had that issue where I was trying to work between files on my iPad and on my computer because there's a cloud function. I don't know, they like updated it to a new version and they don't, I don't know why it wasn't like an automatic update. You have to like spend, I think it was like $20 or something to access the new PC update. Because like the text features I used on the iPad weren't available and there were some others. And I just sat there like, I was mad about it for a bit there. I was like, damn. A little bit sucks wee, dude. It is. Like, no, honestly. Truly. EA type shit. Like, they have really good deals that they, like, put up pretty frequently for, like, 50% off, or at least they used to. And then the iPad version is a subscription service. So that will oftentimes kind of stop people from getting it on the iPad, especially because Procreate is the iPad drawing app. And Procreate's lovely too. I like Procreate a lot. That's fair. That's fair. It took me a while to adjust to, like, the fully touch-based interfere. Interfere? Sorry. I have a Ko-fi chat pop up? I didn't know that. Ibis Paint is the GOAT. I bought the full version on Android. Interface. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate that. My brain just, like, took a hot minute and I didn't even know what word I was trying to say. It's like fully touch and gesture based, which once you get used to it, you know, it kind of becomes second nature. But took a hot minute, and then I got my computer tablet, and I had to sit there and just kind of be like, shoot, how do I do this? Because I gotta remember keyboard shortcuts now. You know what? I think I'm gonna do like the little Animal Crossing bulb hand. And I'm gonna, hold on. I'm gonna lasso tool this into place. Or maybe... yeah. Hold it up. But I got the version without ads on an Android device for Ibis. But like a few years ago, I fully went to like Apple. My phone's an Apple. My iPad's Apple. Obviously, it's an iPad. So then I was just kind of like, shucks. I don't have the non-ad version. But the ads aren't too bad. They're pretty fair with the ads on Ibis. I feel like I should shorten this bit. I cannot tell. There. I can hold like a little paint palette in the other hand, I think. Exactly. Pop those joints, old man. Poke, poke. Hello. Old man alert. You guys are gonna get HD cracks. Hopefully there's no one that hates cracking noises, because that's what's happening. $11K points? Yeah, I have like 10K on your channel. I saw that last night. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I could be a menace with them. Oh my god, it's the person that made me pick up streaming right now. I've been having so much fun featuring in the Overwatch streams. I woke up today and I was like, I wonder if I should. I almost cowered it out, I'm not gonna lie. But then my sister stared me straight in the face and said, don't you dare. And I was like, I'm too scared to fuck with my sister. She told me something, I do it. Period. My sister? Terrifying. Not really. Exactly. We have been friends forever. The answer is always yes. Oh no, I got nervous. I'm like a little I'm scared. I'm scared when I upload, I'm scared when I stream, I'm scared of everything. I'm not gonna lie. I am a scaredy quack. You know what? I'm gonna have to look up a palette reference. Hold on. I'm trying to do everything without like a reference. No bueno, my dude. I think it's gonna be 6 years. In October? Because I know we met in October of 2020. You must fish. It's such a funny meme. Paint palette. Let's see. If I could have the little hand come over here. Oh, yeah. It has been. It is crazy. Very crazy. I don't even know if I would technically say, like, yeah, you were. You were the reason my old server I had when I was 16, like, blew up and had, like, 30 people in it or something crazy. And I had, like, a ton of folk pop into my streams. I don't know if you consider yourself an extrovert, but anytime I think about our friendship, it's 100% like the extrovert that adopted the introvert type beat. Because, like, before Flora, I really sucked at, like, talking to people online. Well, I still do. But, I like, my community was basically only the people I knew IRL and, like, maybe a few people that popped into streams. Because at the time, I was streaming Brawlhalla, Roblox, I think Among Us, and like Genshin. But people would only pop into those streams to like try to, pop into a VC and play. you know. And I don't mind. I don't mind doing those types of streams, but there would be. I remember a few times. Yes, your streams have been popping off because of the You Must Fish. I remember this instant that, like, a really young kid that was, like, 12 or something hopped in to play Roblox with the group, and they just, like, were raging, dude. And I think that was, like, the last time I did that, like, games open to viewers to play, was because I just sat there and I was like, damn. This kid was wailing. You know, which he's a kid. I 100% don't. I'm not sitting here being like, damn kids. Damn it. But that used to be why my streams popped off until I met Flora, and then we had a huge community overlap. Oh dear God. Okay, hold on. I gotta go let Rufus in. I don't know if you just heard that. And then I stopped just streaming. My PC broke. And I lost motivation. And I felt silly. And then I joined the You Must Fish and Overwatch streams. And now here I am. Will I go on another 6-month hiatus? Another year hiatus? I don't know. Exactly. I like your art. We're friends now. It's so crazy looking back on the art I made back then. You're my friend now. Wow. Okay. You know you're a little too big to sit with me in this chair, but fine, you find a way anyways. Come on. It's very fun. For me, it's straight anxiety. Consistency is far from my friend, too. I certainly want to try, but... Are you just gonna eat? Hey, stop it. My stylus is not for you to nibble. Thanks. Don't look at me like that. You know what you're doing. Mister. Thank you. Certainly a cat moment. Rufus has this thing where if I'm using a pen or anything of the sort, he'll just kind of like sit in my lap and occasionally just kind of go munch, munch, and try to eat it. Because he thinks it's like a toy. And now he's standing up looking at me like I'm exposing his secrets to the world. He sits on my arms while I'm gaming, using my controller. And then he munches my pencils and pens. You might hear him purr. He purrs pretty loud. He's very happy right now because he really likes when I sit down at my desk, because it means I'm not moving for a while, so he just gets to sit in my lap. Alright, let's get rid of the underlayer and vibe check this. Chat, do we fucks with it? You must fish! You must fish! You must fish. That's so cute. That's actually adorable. And yo, Rufus, my baby. Stream later. I can't wait. Gotta catch up to plot. Alright. Have a nice meal, my dude. Wait. Gotta add the little blushy dog. Should we do a little line blushy to keep it consistent with... Yeah, if I do like a little circle blush, it might kind of look different than the... It's gonna blend in with the paint splatters, methinks. No, you big baby. Slapping. And I'm gonna go ahead and use cyan, magenta, and yellow. Because if I do RGB, then it might blend in with the blue of the jeans and the shirt. We'll see. We're gonna go ahead and duplicate the layer. And we're gonna name the layers, because whenever I don't, I highly regret it. Oh my god, Mr. Purrs. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if moving the mic is gonna be like horrible to hear, but there you go. Cat. He has a statement, and he's made it. Yes! Serotonin, indeed. He's a little purr baby. He's my little motor. Okay, little guy. He also does that thing where he shoves his little nose. Oh my gosh. Car is up to code. Exactly. see. There we go. Now, for the talking, I don't want to just kind of add his mouth. I'd honestly like to try to move his arm up. So I'm going to try to lasso tool it and see if it's not going to be too bad. I want to move his arm up and try to see if I could add like particles of paint splashing. It looks funky right now, but I'll fix the line work. Let's see. Okay. Ow! Claws, dude! Shit! Don't nibble the pen. Oh, you're just laying half on the desk. Okay. Man, you are curious about what's going on. That's really sweet. My cat's laying on my arm and I can't text in chat. But that's crazy to me. Not in a bad way, it's just... No, straight up. Same reaction of just... Alright, now. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna save that paintbrush to try to keep that consistent, right? So we're gonna lasso tool this bad boy. Now we're gonna erase the arm. And we're just gonna redraw it. Thank you. It is positive. It's just like such a like... I can actually talk now. Hold on. It is a very flattering message. Is that too off model? Hold on. Maybe I can shrink the arm down a bit. I don't think it's that bad, but just a little. There we go. What about that? There we go. There's the money shot. I would say the same thing. That's true. I might edit the sprite to give him the little Orbeez. He kind of switches back and forth. That's always like kind of been a thing that I haven't like put on his reference sheet or anything. Exactly, yeah. Also, it's hilarious to me to think that it's just fingers when he's using like a controller. But then everything else, he has like the little Animal Crossing. Nah, man, it's meant a lot to me because like 2024, 2025, I went into like a hermit mode, not gonna lie. And I kind of just like vanished. I did like YouTube and stuff like that, but that's just kind of like making pre-recorded videos. But then just for some reason I like sat there when I was invited to the Overwatch stream. For real, artists do be inspiring each other. And I had to just kind of sit there and be like, huh. Daisy dance. Dancey dance. And that's why I like having the community of like artists in my server. Because it's just really cool to have a place for people to group up. What's my little creature? Do I have like 3 little tabbies or 2? Because I like having these little things when I talk. Exactly. They are. And in it it's always been something where whenever I have a community Discord, I don't want it to be specifically focused on me. It's always been something where I want a place where people can build each other up and themselves up, and it's just like a group effort. I don't want to be there. I don't want to have a community where it's all specifically like, you know, not that it's bad when people do it, you know. If you want a community that's focused around your streams, and you're especially bigger communities, that's kind of like, you know, standard. But I've always liked my servers to be like, hey, if you're also a streamer, share your stuff. If you're also an artist, share your art. Share your creativity, bro. Everyone has really similar goals, and the best way to go about it is to have, you know, your friends and people that look out for you in your corner. Goodness, golly gracious, are you okay? Okay. You thumped yourself there, dude. I forget you're like solid brick for a cat, but come on. Oh, I forgot I had a Pebby. Just turned around and saw I had a Pebby. Cherry cola. Anyone put a cherry cola within my general vicinity, it's fucking gone. Should we move the pallet arm? Should we also have the pallet arm raised for the talk? Or should we just keep it with the little paintbrush? The little paintbrush is like a vibe of like, Eureka! Type beat, but let's see. Sick. Okay. And then it's just gonna be the blinking. So we're gonna duplicate. And then we're gonna duplicate again. And we're gonna make this a blink. Because I'm starting with very simple PNGs. I want to rig one for PNGTuber Plus, where it kind of has like the different moving parts that are tweened. I do want to have one eventually, but I want to be able to take my time with it and make it properly instead of rushing it. So eventually we'll have like a more detailed PNG. But I also like the simple ones a lot because it kind of reminds me of like an RPG. Maybe I should add some crayon. Nah, you know what? We do the paints. We do the paints and that's it. What's in my... So, Okay. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna actually go ahead and make a palette. Okay, that's my old Sona from last year that I ended up changing specifically because I was like, I'm gonna actually go ahead. I think I'm gonna just remove it. I'll probably find another use for that character design, but I ended up just absolutely despising drawing that character over and over again. Not a bad character design at all, but for channel art where you're having to draw that character so many times, gotta take a seat and wonder. I really don't need this many color tabs. That's gonna be tedious to watch, my bad. Add color. Change color name. We're gonna go and make it feathers. And then we're gonna go ahead and do beak. Shirt. Color name. Jeans. And then face brown. I will put goggles / shoes. That's not word. That's button mash. Boop. So now we have the color palette, so I don't have to switch between tabs. F in the chat, truly. It was a good character design. It's a cute character design, but I also had to sit there and look at it, and I realized not only is it complicated to draw over and over, but it was very effeminate. And nah, I'm good. Citrus! Let's go! Good afternoon. How are you doing? Ah, people are popping in. I want to cry. Thank you. Thank you, fellas, for taking the time to pop in. How are you doing? Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. 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 I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna actually try to make more of like a golden color here. There we go. Cool. Cute. I'm doing pretty good, man. I hope you slept well. I'm like, that's such a funky little Roblox character. Doing alright. I'm excited to do this little stream today and work on little fella here. I can actually take this color and use it just to add more cohesiveness to the palette. And then for cyan, let's see. Maybe I just go really saturated with it. Thank you. I do quite enjoy little guy. It took me a hot minute to design him. But I took time out of winter. I say winter break like I was on winter break, but you know, the holidays get crazy, so I wasn't really doing stuff online too much, but I was, oh my god, you want on my lap again? Alright, big guy. But the hiatus I took for the holidays, I went ahead and I designed them. And this is like the first time in a long time I've had a character design or a persona design that actually like not only feels like me, but also I'm happy with. And it's not necessarily that the others were bad or anything, but in order to have like a character that's gonna represent you online or whatever, you gotta at least be somewhat happy with them. Maybe I should do like pink here. And then what about blue? Yellow? Nope, that's just yellow? Nah, blue. What about, let's see, pink? Let's try pink. Pink does stand out on it. We'll continue and maybe I'll change it. Okay. Did I shade this little guy? No, I didn't. Cool. I was like, am I gonna have to shade him? Wefwinswaya? Actually, hold up. Could save myself the time and duplicate it and just edit. There we go. Hell yeah. Blue? Bet. I was leaning more towards the blue too. Yeah, that's how I feel too with the little duck, dude. And it like I've had an obsession, like a hyperfixation on ducks for a hot minute, to the point where we went to Disney for my nephew's birthday one year, and there was like a character meet and greet, and I saw there's the character meet and greet on one side of the road, or like the path, and then I turned and I saw just ducks waddling across the street. Little embarrassing at my grown age at the time, but I was just like, ducks! And just booked it. 'Cause man, ducks. And I don't know why it took me so long to like sit there for a second and be like, you know what? You know who would slap for a Sona? A duck. And what made me realize it was my Minecraft skin on console is a duck skin. And it's like the one skin that I've never swapped off of. I can edit it. But you make a Sona and he just clicks. The last time I had a Sona that clicked for me was in fact the Goblin one I started out with all those years ago. Do I not have... Okay, I'm gonna have to edit this line work to quickly, like... There we go. Oh, wrong one. Oh, wrong one again. Wait. Okay, hold on. I did that little funky line work. Okay, we'll fix it, no worries. I have like some super simple, fun lore for him, where he's like a little adventurer and he ventures out into the swamp. He's a flightless duck. He can't fly. So he wants to go to space. And he adventures around this little swamp. Good heavens. But he has no sense of direction. Okay. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I didn't have this set as a reference layer. Okay. And so little fella, terrible sense of direction, constantly gets lost. I think I even wrote down where it's like predators would attempt to eat him, but they feel just so bad because he's just like such a just derpy little dude that they just sit there and they're just like, oh, bro, I don't know if I can eat him. Because I went with the swamp specifically because, Florida. I'm a Florida man. And I'm very proud of it. And I gotta decide a little chat character. I gotta make a character for chat. Because Flora has Lumi the owlbear, but I don't know who I'll have. So that's gonna be something I gotta think about for a bit. Oh. Probably, I gotta make his profile on VGen. And maybe I'll make a lore channel in the server. I love that. A toaster. That's so good. I've occasionally used like lily pad imagery. Like here, I'm gonna go switch to my just chatting scene real quick. With feathers. I do enjoy that. I have this like little scene for like just chatting. and like you see the little lily pad rug and stuff like that. And canonically, he lives in like the trunk of a tree. And I've used some lily pad imagery, like in his sheets and stuff like that. So my sister suggested like a frog and a goose. Oh shit! It's fishing, buddy. What the hell? Okay. Did we fully edit this? Okay, it's fully edited. There's no errors. Welcome in. How are you? Thanks for the follow. Good to see ya. Gonna go ahead and duplicate the layer, put it up, and then we're gonna set this as a reference layer. Even though we don't have too much coloring to do on this, it's just kind of editing where the eyes. Oops. Wrong layer. Oh, and I have to quickly outline that little paint splatter. Here we go. Ah! Did everything crash? What in the 7 layers of hell is that? Are they doing lawn work? Damn. That's cool. I think the frog would be cute too. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, you know what? Hold on. Oh, what's the frog I'm thinking of? Is it from Futurama or is it an Adventure Time thing? Oh my god, it's the Futurama frog 100%. Hypnotoad. Hypnotoad. It's not a frog, it's a toad. What was I thinking about from Adventure Time? Oh, there's multiple frog characters in Adventure Time, actually. Funky. There's multiple funky little guys I could use as a reference. Okay, I'm gonna give chat a little purr. There we go. He started wiggling. He doesn't like being picked up. He's like, I'm too big. Stop it. I'm a big boy. Alright, so now it's gonna be doing the outline around the character, which ideally... Okay. Can I flatten the layers? Am I gonna beef myself if I flatten the layers? Oh, Amphibia slaps. I love Amphibia. I'm gonna see if I can't have this file be all the PNGs. Actually, you know what? I could duplicate the layers and then flatten them, but still have the 2 layers if I do need to go back and edit them. Because I kind of beefed myself on editing the PlayStation one because I flattened the layers. Because if you try to use the automatic lining tool that they provide you, this happens, and that's just not ideal. Dude, that's awesome. I genuinely, like, I tried streaming a few times from my iPad, but it's just not the same streaming, like, on PC, you know? It's very emotional. It's a very emotional show. They truly cooked with Owl House and Amphibia. Okay, I'm gonna have to... So we are gonna do a frog for chat then. I'm gonna actually write that down on my sticky note. I highly recommend it. Owl House was very good. I haven't watched it in a while, but Dana Terrace is very good at what she does, and I don't know how involved Alex Hirsch was. He was pretty involved because he did King's voice. I also really like Amphibia just had a full episode where they parodied Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls. That was really funny. I don't know if they did it in Owl House. I don't think so. Bunch of baby ducks, send them to the moon. Sorry for the slamming on the keyboard. Okay, now we have this flattened layer, so now when I do the outline, it doesn't... That's cool. Have a fun lurking time, and good luck on your morning routine. There we go. How thick is the outline? I want to say it's about like a clean 10 on my current one. Yeah, that looks about, you know, correct. Let me see. Is that coloring error? That is. Okay. I can fix that. Wait. Should probably make it... Okay. I'm gonna quickly write 20 in case I forget what I had my pen with that. There we go. Alright. That was fixed. And now we can go back to the 20. Alright. Gonna move that above. And we're gonna go ahead and do that for the others. And this would be, gotta rename it. Name your layers. Name your layers! Thou must not commit the sin of not naming your layers. I commit the sin all the time. Gotta go in and real quick. You know what? I'm just gonna use another different pen instead of constantly changing the size. Never! You can't catch me. You can't stop me. This sign can't stop me because I can't read. Uh-oh. There's some little dots. Damn. There's a lot of errors. Wait a second. Were the errors present here too? Yes, they were. Uh-oh, cheerio. I'm sorry, Rufus. I didn't mean to lean forward too much. My cat had to bail because he was like, bro, you're squishing me. Because I leaned forward to look closer. Because I'm seeing all these little coloring errors that probably no one else is going to notice, but I do. There we go. Okay. And now we go fix these. Y'all like the dead silence? Professional streamer here. Trust. Slapping. Okay. Okay. Paint PNG layers. And then I'll make another folder for the finals. The merged. Oh my god, there's another paint error. Nope. Okay. I was just crazy. No, I did see another error. Hold on. No! Even the programs try to be like, bro, stop. It's not that deep. Stop it! It's fine! The hell did I do there? Why didn't it... There it goes. It was a blank layer for a second. Dude. That was great. Oh my god. Idle blink. Because we have both the talks. Yep. Okay. Merge the layer. No. What the fuck is that? What did I do? Hold on. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, my bad. Boop. There we go. Also, anyone who popped in and got those, like, chat rules pop up, just ignore it for now. I gotta edit those. There's so much to Twitch that I just don't recall. Boop boop. And then for the final one, we have the idol with no blinky blink. No blinky blink. Duplicate. Duplicate. There we go. I don't even think... Is my layers visible? Nah, okay. Yeah, I specifically wanted to make it easier and less cramped to watch the art stream. So I left layers out, but y'all can see the brushes I use and the colors and stuff and the tools. Because that's important. Sometimes you want to know what brushes people be using, what tools, stuff like that. So I like leaving those in. We're gonna boop boop, and then name it art idol and make a folder. Oh. There we go. Okay, so I think there's, like, I don't think I did, let's see. We did the outline on this one, outline on that one. We'll do the outline on this one. This is easy peasy. Hacha. 10. And then the outline on this bad boy. Because I like the outline. It makes it look like a sticker. And I like that. Alright. And that is the art PNG done. So we got a second PNG for art streams. Because I 100% totally draw with a DualShock controller. You gotta save this bad boy, because I did not save it. Yippee! We've been going for an hour, 30 minutes. It's about 2 o'clock. Okay. So PNGs are fine. We have one PNG. We have more to do. Probably not this stream 100% because it's just gonna be too long. But we can cross off the art model. And we have casual everyday for just normal streams. Or if I just want a silly little PNG, the Switch, Nintendo Switch PNG. Because we might do some Switch capture card stuff. I just gotta update my capture card and set my Switch up at my desk because it's hooked up to my TV right now. Twitch panels. I'm not 100% sure how long those would take. I haven't done Twitch panels in a hot minute. What size do they recommend? Size. 320 pixels wide and a height between 100 and 600. Okay. And I want to make them look like a bulletin board with little, like, thumbnail, like, pins in them. You know what? I'm gonna save this. Close it. And then hi, bud. Okay. Hop back up. God, you freak me out when you stand on your hind legs. Come on. Come on. You don't need permission to jump up in my lap, silly. This is gonna be way too small of a canvas size to work with for PNGs. And this is just a copy. Let's see. What's the recommended canvas size? Oh my god, I just read it. 320 wide with 100. I'll do 200. I don't want like 600. $20 by maybe 300? That's a square. Yeah, kind of want it to be more rectangular. Let's see. Bulletin board. I want it to be based on like a bulletin board or what? Is it a bullet? No, the bulletin board's like cork. I more mean like those what is it? I'm gonna need like a wood panel. I really like doing multimedia, so I want to have wood paneling, stock photo. Okay. Man, I'm not gonna be able to. Maybe Pinterest. Wood panel. Alright. I'm gonna take the time off stream to gather the the stock photos and stuff I think I would want to use for the panels. I at least have the canvas prepared. So next time I stream, whatever, I'll have it prepared, ready to go, and we can just jump right in, and I'll have the photos ready. Because hopefully I'm gonna find kind of a worn, yellowed, old parchment paper texture, and more of a I don't mean like a bulletin board, like a cork bulletin board. I mean like what you would see in a tavern, kind of. So I'm gonna catch y'all later. Thanks to you for stopping by. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed myself. So thank you for sitting with me through this stream. And I hope to see you guys next time. Whenever that'll be. Hopefully next week. So, thank you guys so much, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.